conductor that was killed on Tuesday is now in D.C. fighting for tougher regulations.
He spoke exclusively with our Harry Boomer about the Senate hearing taking place and what changes he wants to help reduce train derailment and other accidents. Harry, what did he have to say?
You know, Chris and Tiffany, while most of the country is focused on recent train derailments, most notably the one in East Palestine, the Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers and Trainsmen is also asking for more help to keep trains on the tracks and their membership safe.
People shouldn't have to go to work and lose their lives.
Vince Verna is a railroad engineer and the vice president of the Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers and Trainmen. The BLEX union headquartered in Cleveland represented 46-year-old Louis Schuster, who died in a truck-train collision on Tuesday. That accident involved a Norfolk Southern train at West 3rd and Jefferson near Cleveland Cliffs. Werner is in D.C. attending some Senate hearings on train safety following that massive toxic derailment in East Palestine.
So we are for that Rail Safety Act. We want to see it's bipartisan. For once in a long time, it looks like it has a real good chance of getting out of the Senate, getting voted out of the Senate.
Werner says safety regulations were watered down during the last administration and that he believes that leads to less safe train transports.
The railroads were very successful in rolling back safety regulations that came from lessons learned from prior accidents over many, many years.
The new Railway Safety Act calls for a minimum of a two-person crew, an increase on the cap for railroads after accidents. While he can't talk in detail about the deadly collision here in Cleveland, he does say this about how something like that could happen.
As an engineer, you rely on that conductor who is on the end to radio to you about your movements, where the rear of your train is. So if he's holding on to the back of that car and that car is struck by a vehicle, that leaves that person in a very vulnerable spot to be injured, or in the case of our brother Schuster, unfortunately losing his life.
Both Ohio U.S. Senators Sherrod Brown and J.D. Vance, as well as Pennsylvania's Bob Casey, are testifying in D.C. working to pass new and improved legislation. In downtown Cleveland, I'm Harry Boomer, 19 News.
Well, Norfolk Southern said Thursday that loose wheels on a series of rail cars could have caused a train derailment in Springfield. During cleanup of the March 4th wreck, the company found that a specific model and series of rail cars had loose wheels, an issue which could really cause a derailment.
Yeah, the incident's still under investigation, but Norfolk Southern said it immediately reported its findings to the National Transportation Safety Board and the Federal Railroad Administration.
It's now issued an order to remove those cars from service until their wheel sets can be replaced. Also, steps taken to remove the cars from service until they can be fully